Hello, today we're going to show you how to put together a Hobart Model 403 meat cuber. In order to see what model number you've got, you need to look on the back side of your Hobart cuber and you'll see where the model number is. This is a Model 403. I'm going to show you some features about this that you may not know. This lid pops off on a Hobart cuber. Also, there's a dipstick right here to check the oil in the cuber. This one's a little bit low. Some of the techs had me put STP in there instead of an oil, but there is a oil that is recommended for these. But anyway, without this top secured on there, this cuber will not run. Anytime that you're going to be working on equipment, make sure that you unplug it, disconnect the power source, lock out, tag out, whatever your company recommends that you do so that you're safe. The most important thing is your safety and the customer's safety. So make sure that you take advantage of checking that out before you ever dismantle any of the equipment. Now on here, you'll notice these are the combs that go in the cuber. These are the cutters. And you'll notice one has a B on it, one has an F on it. That's front and back. Unfortunately, it's worn off of the actual cutters, the letters have. But a way to think of this is you see a long one and a short one on the side. Well, you can see a thicker side and a thinner side. That's always the longer one goes in the thicker side. It goes in there first and then into the small side. And then you want to be able to turn that. It just sets right in there. The same way with the other side. The thicker part goes in the thicker side. And then it falls into place. Then you take the two, you can see I'm holding them with the combs up. You just bring them together and they lock into place that way. Okay, once you get those assembled, you lift this up and you're going to feed these into that first. And it might mean that you have to turn one of them to get it set down in there. Once it sets down in there, this should lock in place. This isn't locking, so they need to get the technician that works on these to come and adjust this. Because with that loose like that, what's going to happen is this is going to work back and forth on there. And what happens when that does that, it wears these little points out on there, and eventually this will quit working. You can see how that's already worn when you run meat through there. It wears those ears off. So they need to have the technician come in and adjust this so that it will lock into place. Then, once you do that, you can set your hood on there. And again, it will not run without the hood on there because these have a magnet right there that has to be in place before this machine will run. So then you set that in place, you can plug it back in. So the machine should run smoothly. This one's starting to get a little wear on the combs and on the blades. And so you've got to keep an eye on that or it'll be shredding metal into the meat. And those blades will need to be replaced soon. And this outfit right here, the blades, this costs anywhere from $450 to $650 right at this time. So we need to be careful with these when we're cleaning them. We need to take good care of them. If they get buildup of meat inside there, protein buildup, you can take these and set them down after you've sprayed the meat out of them Set them down in a bucket of water with degreaser in it overnight, and it'll lift those particles right out of there. And most stores have a little pick that can be used to clean in between those, or a wire brush. That's how we assemble a Hobart Model 403 meat cuber.